Now, people, grief has engulfed Walker's Hood in St. Ann after 3 young siblings perished in a fire that completely destroyed their home in the early hours of Sunday morning. The police have identified the victims as sisters 7 years old Tashana Mattis, 4 years old Tashani Mattis, and their brother Tavarna Mattis, 2 years old, all of Cottage District in Walker's Hood. Their bodies were found on a bed after the fire was put out. A fourth sibling, 5-year-old Tadane Mattis, who was asleep in another room with her grandmother, Robin Roach, escaped unhurt along with Roach. The police say the 4 children were left at home by their mother, 24-year-old Tanique Wilson, who had gone to visit her boyfriend elsewhere in the community. During the night, about 2 a.m., Roach reportedly saw a fire coming from the room occupied by the children, raised an alarm, and exited the room she was in with the 4th child. While outside, an explosion was heard coming from the room where the children were. The house was engulfed with flames shortly after, and that section of the house collapsed, the police report stated.
The heartbreaking loss of these young lives is deeply distressing and serves as a painful reminder of the vulnerabilities children face in cases of emergency. The CPFSA first responders are already en route to the scene of the incident to assess the situation. They will provide on-spot grief counseling for the surviving family members, identify any other children who may now require care, and offer support such as food, clothing, and assistance in replacing essential documents. Our focus now is to ensure that these families have access to the resources they need to begin rebuilding their lives after this devastating loss. A team from the ministry will visit the children's schools tomorrow to offer counseling and emotional support to classmates, teachers, and other members of the school community as they grapple with this tragedy.
The CPFSA team quickly provided support to the grieving family by referring the child's mother and the surviving sibling to the Ministry of Justice's Victim Services Division for Trauma Counseling. We also referred the family to Food for the Poor to supply them with emergency provisions such as food as well as care items. You know, these tragedies are unimaginable losses that no family should have to endure. We implore you to be extra vigilant in the care of your children. Never leave them unsupervised or in situations where their safety may be at risk, especially at home. Always ensure that your children are in the care of responsible adults who can protect them and act quickly in emergencies. It is crucial that parents create and implement a home fire safety plan and then rehearse it with their children. Everyone in the home, especially children, should understand what to do in case of a fire. Teach them to recognize the smell of smoke, to call for help, and to head for the nearest exit. Fires often spread rapidly and can overwhelm even adults. By preparing ahead, we can help reduce the likelihood of these devastating events in the future.
Once again, in the second time since the start of the year, the nation mourns a terrible tragedy that should never have occurred of children dying in house fires. It is absolutely heartbreaking to lose 3 innocent lives in such a preventable manner. Every Jamaican child deserves to grow up in a safe environment. And this incident brings into sharp focus the gaps in vigilance and responsible parenting we face as a nation. Now, while I understand the economic demands on parents, particularly single-parent households, there can be no excuse for leaving children unattended or with little or no supervision, particularly in cases which could not be considered an emergency. In light of this most recent tragedy, I strongly remind parents and guardians of their moral duty to their children and their legal responsibilities under the Child Care and Protection Act. As parents, we must do more to ensure our children are cared for and protected at all times. Late last year, I spoke on the matter of house fires due to open flame lighting resulting in the death of children. Now, while this most recent event is not attributed to open flames, the government is committed to addressing energy poverty and ensuring that all Jamaicans have access to safe, regularized, and affordable electricity to meet their basic living needs. The Ministry of Science, Energy, Technology, and Transport is far advanced in developing the Solar Access Program for energy uncertain households in Jamaica.
People, it's when you not pray, just beg Father God for no make certain things reach on a doorstep. You may tell you no? Because them something here, no nice, none at all, you know. You see? It no nice, none at all. And I get to understand, say, after cooling down operations, the 3 siblings were found on the bed, cuddled. Yo, me I tell you, Jaja, 3 pitney, 7-year-old, 4-year-old, 2-year-old. None of them can help each other. And them just burn to death. Yo, that's a wicked death, that, you know. Fire, a no normal thing, you know. If water no catch it, only water can normalize fire. Me I tell you. And not every fire, water can normalize so easy. You see? And if you know, say, no water never dead if you try out the fire. Zine, and then the part of the house where them in a collapse pan them car it look like our old house. See? Collapse, you know, drop down pan them in there, you know. Then couldn't escape. A judgment, may I tell the people. In a nice, just thinking about it. Me know say the grandmother have something to live with. The mother also have something to live with. Seen? And the other little sibling now. Cha God. Whoa, me I tell you rough for some people. So me I beg you know. When you not pray, just beg Father God say. No make certain things reach on a doorstep. Because them things are traumatizing forever and ever and ever. You nah can't stop. Think about this. Me I tell you. Wanna give a word of prayer for the mother, the father, the sister, the grandmother, the family in general. Big up on yourself. And please guys, press the like button on the video. I'm out.